In this lesson, we will learn how to read and write decimals. We will be working with numbers written in standard, word, and expanded form. So let's review each one. Word form. Word form is simply the number written using words instead of digits, commas, and a period when needed. So for example, in the first one, the word form would be 3. Anytime you see a decimal point, you say "and" 4 hundredths, because this is in the hundredths place. So again, this number would be written as 3 because it's in the ones place, and is a decimal point. 4 is in the hundredths place, so we say "and 4 hundredths." For the second number, we have 2 and 351 thousandths. You always want to end with the place value of the last digit. And if you notice here, we have 8 tenths. Yeah, the number 8 in tenths, we don't need to use the word "and" because there is no whole number in this form. Let's practice a little bit more on this. If you need to review, you can always stop and rewind before you proceed forward. Let's talk about reading decimals. To read a decimal, we need 1 to read the number to the left of the decimal place. 2, we say "and" for the period. Read the number to the right of the decimal point. So that's when we will go this way to the right. This way we start it to the left of the decimal point. And state the place value of the last digit. Remember, the last digit is going to let you know the actual word to use. So I read the number to the left of the decimal. I say "and" anytime I see a period. I read the number to the right of the decimal, and then I state the place value name of the last digit. So for this number, I have 9 million. Notice we have our 9,875,000. We're going to end that at the end. 875,000. Just trying to see how each of these correlate. 610. Got our 610 because we ended in tens and we never say 611 ones. We would just say 611. But this one is 610. And then we have 610. And you notice the big "and" because we have a period. This represents our decimal point. 479 thousandths. Thousandths is our last digit, so that is what you write as the last place value in the written form. So again, you would say 479 thousandths. Remember, the place values after the decimal point start with tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So let's take another look. Let's take another look at writing decimals in words. First, you look to see if there is a number to the left of the decimal. If so, you write it out. For this one, we have a number to the left. That is 13. So we are going to write out 13. and 24 hundredths. We put "and" for the decimal. Just to show that one more time. The decimal here is here. 13 represents this number. And since this is the tens place and the hundredths place, we have 24 written to the hundredths place. The numbers 21 through 99 are always hyphenated. Just to let you know, any number between 21 through 99 are always hyphenated. So how does a comma help when writing a decimal number? How does a comma help? I want you to think about that for a moment and develop a mental response. The place value before the comma is always stated. So we have an example here. 1,547 is written 1,547. 6,547,100. So again, we see how each of these numbers, we started with the millions place. This is thousands. And then here we get down to the hundreds. We only have 100 left here. So let's try to match up some of the written form with the actual digits. So let's look at this one, 4,053. You are going to have the opportunity to guess at each one of these before I show the answer. Well, that's a point. This is a point. This is a point. This is a point. This is a point. But this is a comma. So this is going to help me to let me know that that one is 4,053. I can check right away, but I'm going to check at the end. The next one you're going to take a guess at is 453 tenths. You notice you see the word and. Automatically, when you see the word and, you should be thinking it is going to be one that has a decimal point in it. All of these have decimal points in it, so that is a clue that it's one of these. It has 405. So 405 is my whole number and 3 tenths. So this is the only one that has 405, and then this has 3 in the tenths place, which is the last digit. 4,053 thousandths. 4,053 thousandths. Well, I have 4,000 here, and I have an and, so the decimal has to be after 4,000. This is the only one that has 4,000 in the decimal. 53 thousandths. The last place value is 53, so this is in the thousandths. 4 and 4, so I already know I'm going to have one whole number 4 and a decimal. 53 hundredths, so it should be .53 because 3 would be in the hundredths place. Now we have 40 and 53 hundredths. Again, 40, decimal point, 53. This is the only one that has 3 in the hundredths place. And then lastly, we have 4 and 53 thousandths. This is to the thousandths place. Now we can check our work. And it looks like we got all of it correct. So this is showing again how we have the written form and how we go to the number form. Let's try 2 more examples before you practice the concept yourself. What is 4.36 in word form? Looking at our choices, we have 4 and, because we have the decimal, 36. 6 is in the hundredths place, so I should have 36 hundredths. So the answer for this one should be D. 4 and, represented by the period, 36. 6 is in the hundredths place. One more example. What is 63.67 in word form? Well, it's kind of clear that 63 is a whole number. So you notice the first 3 have 63. They all have and, recognizing the decimal point. Now the tricky part is looking at the last digit. This last digit is in the thousandths place. So whatever my answer is, it must be in the thousandths place. The only one of these that have and the word thousandths for 67 is answer B. This has been a quick introduction in writing decimals in standard form. We're going to take a closer look at other forms.